Today I'm going to show you how to make Noni's pasta using fresh summer vegetables from your garden. I'm Corinne Phillips and this is Fresh Pea Cooks. Welcome back! Today I have a special guest for you, my friend Stevie.
Hi.
Who you guys get to meet, and she's such a delight. She's one of the most remarkable women I know.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Stevie and her husband, 6 years ago, sold everything, moved into a van, and have been traveling around the Americas.
Yep, it's been quite the adventure. I'll say that.
I bet. And then, not to mention, in Peru,
we had a baby.
2 years ago, they had a baby.
Yep.
And Stevie's a writer, and so she has chronicled this whole entire journey on her website, Nomadly in Love.
Nomadlyinlove.com.
Nomadlyinlove.com, which I love. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
So if you want to,
us.
yeah, it does fit you. If you want to know what nomadic life looks like, go check out their blog. It's really inspirational.
Noni, I was really happy that she taught me this one. It's perfect for our lifestyle, and I think for anyone really, because it's so healthy and easy to make.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's get started. For this dish, you're going to need pasta, and you brought whole wheat pasta.
I did. I brought whole wheat pasta because it's higher in fiber and higher in protein. And I think it's important to squeeze that in, those two things in whenever you can, especially if you're eating a primarily plant-based diet. So I kind of divided up into like the must-have camp, and that's the feta, the sun-dried tomatoes, the pasta, of course, and the kalamata olives. And then the rest of the stuff, and I guess the spices too. We want the fennel seed for sure. And that's it for must-haves. And then the rest of the stuff, all the vegetables, which today I have spinach and broccoli and a little red onion and some portobello mushroom, tomatoes, pepper. That stuff is, whatever. That's just what I had in my drawer in the RV.
And you're Sicilian, so this is
Oh,
necessary.
that goes without
Must
saying.
have.
Sorry. Of course. Gotta have the garlic.
And then basil.
Yep, and then basil, fresh basil in this dish. I think it accents it incredibly well, so it's almost mandatory. There's been times I haven't had it and it was still good, but...
And then I had some of these in my garden, so I'm going to donate.
Yeah, that's my husband's favorite vegetable, so eggplant's always good.
Oh, yeah,
The tree will be happy.
Good. Okay, so what's the order of operations?
So the first thing I do is chop everything up because it all happens really fast. This is a quick meal where you basically kind of flash saute everything to keep the vegetables really bright in color and crunchy and tons of nutrients. So it doesn't take long to cook either. So I get the pasta done, everything chopped up, kind of flash saute it, stick it in a bowl together, and then I add the feta, stir it up, and boom.
Boom,
That's
done.
it. Yeah. We traveled through 17 different Latin American countries, and the ingredients available in every country was different. So I thought it was really helpful to not get super rooted in what you're going to make that night and have it be more like I'm going to go to the market, see what's available, and then create a meal. And that was the best way to go about it, because if I had something in mind and I went to the market, sometimes I couldn't even find chicken or
something really basic.
Yeah, it just wasn't available. So our meals that we ate changed with every country that we went to. So when we were in Ecuador, we tended to eat a lot of like I was making these vegetable empanadas, and then when we were in Argentina, it's such a heavy meat country that we were eating way more beef than we would ever normally eat. Usually in these types of dishes, it's more pasta than veggies, and I try to make it pretty balanced. So it always seems like by the end of the bowl, there's a ton of vegetables left at the bottom, I think. Yeah. Which either means that my baby and husband aren't eating their vegetables. No, couldn't be it.
Whose vegetables are those?
Yeah.
And then these guys, large dice?
Yeah, because they'll melt down.
Okay, so we're all prepped. Do you want me to drain these?
Yeah, and I think we probably only need maybe half jar
Okay.
of those, maybe half jar of these. Okay. One thing I should point out is that quantities can vary. Like I said, since it's sort of a kitchen sink meal, I use whatever I have available. A good rule of thumb for me is if I use a whole package of pasta, I definitely want to use probably 4 to 5 ripe tomatoes, so because that makes it more juicy. And then the rest of the stuff is whatever I got in hand. Maybe a handful of broccoli, a handful of mushrooms, a handful of onions. It's all this stuff can basically be about a handful. For like the kalamata olives that pack a lot of punch, maybe not. Oh yeah, that's still maybe a little smaller than a handful. And then the artichoke hearts, which I had on hand today, we threw those in. Not too many because they're more of an accent item. And then sundry tomatoes. Sometimes, honestly, this looks like about a half a cup. Sometimes I'll throw in like a whole cup if I am lacking other things.
Okay, so that just brings a lot of flavor to the table.
It does, yeah. And spinach too. This is a whole bowl because it melts down into nothing. It looks like a lot, but it's really not. Come in.
Hey. Hi. What are you guys doing?
I don't know. I figured there's always something going on in your kitchen.
Awesome. So now it's turned into ladies in the kitchen.
Nice.
And boy.
So we're an Italian party. One thing I coat the bottom of the pan generously with olive oil. I throw in about a tablespoon of fennel seeds, about a tablespoon of oregano, and I don't know whether you're supposed to do this or not, but my grandma always did, so I do it. She always squishes the oregano in between her palms. No, it doesn't get hot. You have good pants. Wow, Portuguese kitchen. So I let the onions and garlic soften for a little bit, and then I add the eggplant right away, because the eggplant, what makes eggplant so fantastic is that it absorbs whatever flavor you put it in. So once I'm now flavoring my oil with the fennel and the oregano and the onions and the garlic, and once I throw that eggplant in, the eggplant's going to absorb those flavors, and it's going to be lovely.
It's going to be lovely.
I think it's going to be better than lovely.
Actually going to let the eggplant cook for a while, because that's something that when it's more on the raw side is bitter. I'll add everything actually. I'll just throw it all in at that point. We have less than 10 minutes to go on our meal, so I'm gonna put the pasta in. Thank you for inviting me to come cook with you.
You're welcome. Thank you for cooking with me. I think it's so important to cook with other people and to share food, because if it wasn't for other people, I wouldn't know how to cook. It's been other cooks that have shared their secrets, their recipes with me, and that's the beauty of food to me. It's a universal connector. And it's one of those skills when you travel that is so valuable. Like, you don't need a common language if you know how to cook.
And it's true. Like, everyone can sit down together at the same table and eat a meal together and break bread, and it's that right there. That's bonding. Okay, now I'm gonna add the rest. I got my tomatoes and my peppers. Cook these for a few minutes.
Can you check the pasta?
Okay, so we just added the spinach, and we're gonna put the lid on it and let it sort of wilt for the next 2 minutes, and then we'll be ready to add the basil and feta all in a big bowl with the pasta and all the vegetables, and we'll be done. So now the only thing I add now is I serve red chili flakes at the table so people can add them to their preference. Maybe it serves more than 6 to 8. We just eat a lot. I don't know.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. And thank you, Noni, for teaching us.
Yes, thank you, Noni.
Awesome. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. It really does help us creators. And thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And I miss you when you're gone. I love when you're here.
Me too.
For all of you interested in life on the road, make sure you check out Nomadly in Love. It's fantastic, and I think you'll fall in love with Stevie like I did. I fell in love with her from her blog before I even met you.
That's true, actually. I forgot.
So it happens. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. So I have a feeling growing up in LA, living out of a van wasn't really part of your plan.
Yeah.
How did it come about? And I love when I cook with other people because I learn tons. Like, I mean, if it wasn't for other people, I wouldn't know how to cook. Period. Like, I learned from reading cookbooks.
You know, that's actually beautiful. Isn't that true?
Mhm.
We should say that. I love that. Ready?
Yeah. She's a professional now. We can tell she's a YouTube creator.